Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate it. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here today. Obviously, we are here to talk about budgets. I've heard a lot of talk about abortion today. And in particular, when I'm looking at your budget, obviously, there was no mention of the Hyde Amendment to be in there. So I want to confirm that you believe taxpayer dollars should go to be able to fund abortions.
Senator, thanks for the question. The president has made it clear he wants to remove the Hyde Amendment from the budget proposals, and that's what he's done.
Okay, so when we're talking about that, Senator Kennedy asked you a question, and you all were talking about your answer kept being Roe v. Wade, and I want that to be the law of the land. So let's just stipulate that your hypothetical is the truth. And so if Roe v. Wade were the law of the land, and a woman wanted to take the life of her child the day before her child was due or the day after her child was due, then you support her ability to choose to do that. Is that correct?
Senator, I will say what I said to
Yeah,
Senator
no. I've stipulated Roe v. Wade is law of the land. So there's 7 states in this country and the District of Columbia that allow you to take the life of a child the moment before a child is born. So clearly you support a woman's right to choose to do that.
Senator, the example you gave is fiction, as far as I know. Can you give me a particular example?
If it actually is fiction, then why not say no? That's out of the realm of possibility. That no woman would think to be able to do that. Because the truth is if you say that taxpayer dollars should go to fund abortions, then you're saying that my taxpayer dollars should go to fund something like that. And if that's unthinkable, then why don't you just say it's unthinkable? And in fact, then we can just take it off the table and not allow that to be legal. Because the truth is, when you do that, I'm going to read this to you. In particular, when these abortions occur, the gruesome surgical techniques involve crushing, dismembering, and removal of the fetal body. So they actually deliver the baby breech and then have to put scissors up the baby's neck, open it up, and then suck out the brain so that they're able to get the head through the birth canal. And so then there's also the opportunity to go in and actually put a needle in that child's heart and kill that child. If that child is then delivered alive, do you believe that that child on that table, that we should be able to save that child? Or do you believe that our taxpayer dollars give this woman the right to say, don't save my child? I just think when we're talking about this and you're saying so boldly, no taxpayer dollars go, and you actually won't answer the question when it comes to Roe v. Wade, and I'm saying I'll stipulate that your hypothetical is the case. There are still 7 states in this country and the District of Columbia that allow us to do that. We're one of like 7 nations that allow that to take place on our soil. 2 of the other nations are North Korea and China. And I just believe when we're talking about budgets, I want you to know where I'm coming from and why I believe wholeheartedly with every ounce of me that we have to preserve the Hyde Amendment. And on that note, moving to maternal health. When we look at this, Alabama knows this issue all too well when it comes to maternal mortality and the crisis we have in this country. Nationally, the number of reported pregnancies related to deaths in the United States increased from 7.2 deaths per 100 live births in 1987 to 17.6 deaths per 100,000 live births in 2019. We are moving in the wrong direction. Obviously, with more resources and technology and availability, we should be able to turn this in the opposite direction. The resources made available by HRSA's Title V Maternal and Child Health Services Block Grant are essential to reducing maternal mortality rates and providing better access to quality health care and services. Most of this vital funding goes to states to help them address the priority health needs in their state. Mr. Secretary, with this happening, why does your budget request actually deduce and take funding away from the Title V Maternal and Child Health Services grants that actually go to the states?
Senator, we actually increased funding for maternal health. We have some $2 billion in our budget for maternal health.
But the actual grants, though, went down. The number for the grants went down.
We'd have to take a look at that because we have actually continued to provide support. And for maternal mortality and morbidity programs, we are doing more. We have some $360+ million in this budget to address the maternal mortality and morbidity rate.
Well, I'd like to actually work with you on that because obviously Alabama, this is a significant challenge. We have the highest maternal mortality rate in the nation. My reading of your budget is that that number actually goes down even though your overall budget goes up. So let's have a conversation about that because we need that money in the states. It looks like you have a project-driven basis where a lot of that money is going. These grants help us, particularly in our rural communities, make sure that we can get the care to these women that they need. And so I'd like to, if you will commit to working with me on taking a look at that and making sure that states have the money they need to make an impact.
I commit to follow up with you on that.
Thank you.